Queen drummer Roger Taylor made a famous American comedian lose his mind when visiting the star's Downton Abbey-like castle. Carrot Top shared how his girlfriend almost embarrassed him in front of the rock legend. Before Freddie Mercury's bandmate gave the Las Vegas prop comic an extremely personal item of his as a gift for his birthday. Being huge rock stars, it's hardly surprising that Queen find themselves performing in Las Vegas every now and then. Another act of almost 30 years in Sin City is prop comic Carrot Top, who has a residency at the Luxor Hotel and Casino. Over the years the red-headed funnyman has celebrities come and see his show, but for him, one of the highlights was the likes of Brian May and Roger Taylor. Little did he expect what would happen next. Speaking on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, Carrot Top told the fellow comedian how years ago he was told after a show that one of the rock legends had been in the audience. The 56-year-old, a huge fan of the band, told his team he couldn't believe it, sharing with Rogan, "What's funny is they told me after, so I didn't know he was out there. So after they said, Roger Taylor wants to come back and say hi. That was unbelievable." The prop comic said how nice the Queen drummer was backstage, taking pictures with his crew and him, but when Carrot Top told the star he was coming to London with his girlfriend soon, Roger said, "You must stay at the house, yeah." At the time the Las Vegas performer thought the rocker was just saying that, but over time realized he wasn't and agreed that they should at least meet for a drink when he flew across the pond. So Carrot Top headed over to England with his girlfriend and they went to see Stonehenge, where she was not feeling too good. He told Rogan, "My girlfriend was like on her deathbed. I don't know if she was so sick or just didn't want to look at rocks." Nevertheless, the comedian was still desperate to see Roger, knowing his house was only about an hour away in Surrey, but she wasn't having any of it, saying, "We're not going to one of your stupid friends' houses. I have to go back to go to sleep. I'm dying." The Las Vegas star explained how his girlfriend had no clue of how big the rock band was even though she had heard of them, asserting back at her, "It's Queen. We have to go. It's Roger Taylor, right?" Describing the Queen legend's country house, Carrot Top said, "So we get there and not only is it a castle, it's like Downton Abbey. It's crazy. This is the same home where Roger famously had the giant golden 'We Will Rock You' musical statue of Freddie installed in his garden as they didn't know what to do with it when the show closed in London's West End." Back to the story, and the comedian and his girlfriend had tea with the drummer before she looked at him in a way that said, "We really have to go. I need to go to sleep. I'm feeling so ill." But just before they were about to head off, Roger suddenly asked them, "Do you want to see my studio?" Of course, the prop comic knew he couldn't turn that down. Carrot Top describing Roger's home said, "We go upstairs and walk past all these beautiful Queen gold records, the whole house, just records and records." Spotting a 1979 concert classic, he pointed it out saying, "Oh, Live Killers, that was my favorite album." When they reached the studio, there was every famous drum kit you could think of, all set up, ones from every album and, of course, 1985's iconic Live Aid set. The comedian told Rogan, "I'm losing my mind and my girlfriend's like, wow, you really like drums, on my life. God strike me dead." I looked back and Roger's like, "Sorry, what?" Thinking on his feet, Carrot Top told Roger, "She likes your drums," telling Rogan, "He's deaf from playing drums for all these years, thank God." Later that night, the Queen star came to meet them in the bar of the hotel they were staying in since it was the comedian's birthday. The Las Vegas star said, "And what does he bring me to the bar? That Killer's Queen Gold album from the wall, how cool is he?" I said, "Roger the first can't accept this." The record even had an inscription on it that said how it was presented to Roger Taylor, but the drummer insisted and the red-headed funny man admitted, "I took it. I had to take it." He added that since then, Brian has come to see his prop comedy show at the Luxor, saying how magical rock stars, Queen, can't be nicer, sweeter and bigger fans.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comments.